for the season with SiriusXM and MLB Network Radio.
Shohei Ohtani, unload!
You'll hear every MLB game on SiriusXM, including your hometown announcers on the SiriusXM app.
Home run for Judge!
And talk about the game on MLB Network Radio, the only 24/7 baseball channel on radio. SiriusXM 89 and the SiriusXM app.
The countdown to the 2025 NFL Draft is on SiriusXM Radio.
What a throw by Cam Ward!
Beginning April 24th, we're live in Green Bay with pick-by-pick coverage for
repeats as national champions.
Now it's time to head courtside for Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA tournament.
We welcome you to Intrust Bank Arena in Wichita, Kansas for exclusive first-round coverage of the 2025 Men's Basketball Championship between the 3 seed in the West region, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, and the 14 seed UNC Wilmington Seahawks. Tonight's broadcast of the NCAA tournament on the Westwood One NCAA radio network is sponsored by AutoZone, by Cintas, by Granger, by Pluto TV, by Kohl's, by Progressive Insurance, and by NCAA.com. Hi, everybody. I'm Ted Emmerich, along with the two-time All-American at Stanford and NBA veteran Casey Jacobson. Brad Heller would join us later from the Westwood One Broadcast Center. So, our final game of 4 here in Wichita in the round of 64 in the West region, Texas Tech and UNCW. Casey, let's start with Texas Tech out of the Big 12. They go from unranked at the start of the season. They are finally ranked in mid-January, and they finish up in the top 10, 9th in the AP poll. They matched their highest seed in school history. They were in second place in the Big 12 behind only Houston, who we saw earlier. And Texas Tech, if healthy, and that is if with a capital if, would seem to have the weapons to make the kind of run. But top of mind is the health of Chance McMillan, one of their leaders, their third leading scorer, who is out today with an upper body strain that kept him out of the Big 12 semifinals against Arizona.
Yeah, they list him as day-to-day, so it could be just this game thing. But if you haven't seen Chance McMillan play, he's one of the most efficient offensive players in America. He leads this team in minutes played, so head coach Grant McCasland trusts him. And you know as well as I do, in this stage, you want to have your backcourt old, really old, right? So that you can trust them. But even without Chance McMillan, this Texas Tech team has the grit and the toughness of their head coach, Grant McCasland, who comes from the junior college ranks, never takes anything for granted, and they have one of the best players in America in JT Toppin.
He's the Big 12 Player of the Year, named second-team All-American. And in for McMillan in the starting lineup will be the freshman Christian Anderson, who's been stellar off the bench for most of this season. He'll make his 4th start of the year tonight. For UNCW, the champions of the CAA, they were second in the regular season, but won the tournament title. And Takeo Siddle understands the challenge ahead against the 3-seed Texas Tech. What's the game plan?
I think the first order of business for us is to make sure that from a physicality standpoint that we try to match them or exceed them. I think that's what stands out to me more than anything is how physical they are on both ends of the floor. And then you start to dive into their offensive attack, man. 5 guys in double figures. They scored inside and out. So we got to be ready for a fight. And then on both ends of the floor, we got to try to attack them.
Casey, it's a team under Takeo Siddle that is confident coming in. They've won 6 in a row and 15 of 17.
And they have a lead guard that can, at times, take over the game. Talking about Donovan Newby. The other thing, though, you have to mention is I think the Seahawks know that they're going to have to make some threes. And this is a team that really did not shoot it well from 3 in the non-conference. But when the CAA league play came around, they led that conference in three-point shooting 37%. So they have grown into that. I don't see how the Seahawks win today without making 10, maybe 11 threes in this one.
Up next, Casey's keys to the game and the opening tip for UNCW and Texas Tech. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the Men's Basketball Tournament.
Science. The beauty of a tournament cheat sheet is that someone else spent thousands of hours watching film and analyzing stats so you didn't have to. When it comes to hiring for your small business, LinkedIn does the same thing with candidates. LinkedIn delivers the strongest hiring data and insights to help you identify the right candidates to make the best hiring decisions. Hire professionals like a professional on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Traveling in basketball? Bad move. Traveling the world? Great move. Wherever the road takes you, Best Western is your place to take a time out and catch your breath. Because every team needs a place to regroup. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered a super fast connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speeds vary. Not guaranteed.
Here in Wichita, gearing up for our final game of the night, and it'll be the last game in the round of 64 to tip off today. Texas Tech, the 3 seed, UNCW, the 14 seed. Here in the West region, Ted Emmerich, Casey Jacobson, our entire crew. Time for the keys to the game, sponsored by Realtors. Buying a home can be a lot, but with the ethical expertise of a Realtor, you don't have to do it alone. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Casey, let's start with the 14 seed UNCW.
Yeah, the Seahawks are going to need to play their best basketball game of the season, and they're going to need to do it with balance. Against a great team like Texas Tech, you need everybody, right? You can't just depend on one guy to carry you. And this UNCW team is capable. They have had 5 guys average double figures in conference play. Can they do that against Texas Tech? They're led by Donovan Newby, but they also have an excellent 6th man that they bring in off the bench. Kamari McGriff, 6'9" forward, averaging 12 points. So can that second unit, led by him, provide a little bit of punch? And for Texas Tech, we mentioned Chance McMillan is out. He is an important part of their team. He's their leading three-point shooter. But I think the key for them, play with pace, but also play with patience. We saw Drake, who was just on this floor 30 minutes ago. You know, this is a Texas Tech team that, while not as slow as Drake, they rank 282nd in tempo. But in the half court, they've spread you out, and they got JT Toppin to throw the ball to. No one can guard Toppin.
And Texas Tech is 5th in the country in offensive rating entering the tournament. So efficient. Let's check the starting lineups. Sponsored by Cintas. Workdays are better when you partner with Cintas. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. Texas Tech, the 3 seed, 25-8 on the year. The second-place team in the Big 12 at 15-5. Grant McCasland, in his second year, led Tech to the tournament a year ago. They lost to NC State in the first round. Of course, NC State went on to the Final Four. Former coach at North Texas, where led the Mean Green to a tournament win, their first ever in 2021. The point guard is Elijah Hawkins, 5'11" senior from Washington, D.C., transfer from Minnesota, leads the Big 12 in assists this year at 6 per game. Christian Anderson, the freshman from Atlanta, gets the start for the injured Chance McMillan. Anderson, a member of the Big 12 all-freshman team, averaging 11 points per. Kerwin Walton also in the backcourt, 6'5", fifth-year senior from Hopkins, Minnesota, transfer from North Carolina in his 3rd year with Texas Tech. Great shooter, 40% from downtown, averaging 6 points per game. Darian Williams in that hybrid role, big guard at 6'6", junior from Sacramento, second year with Tech, transferring from Nevada. He's coming off an injury, able to play while McMillan is not. Williams dealing with a right ankle issue that held him out against Arizona in the Big 12 semifinals. First team All-Big 12, averaging 14 points. And J.T. Toppin in the middle, the Big 12 Player of the Year, leads Tech, averaging 18 points and 9 rebounds, the 6'9 sophomore from Dallas. For UNCW, at 27-7 on the year, they were second in the CAA this year, but won the conference tournament to K.O. Siddle, year 5, just 38 years old as the head coach. In the backcourt, Donovan Newby, second team All-CAA and the tournament MVP, averaging a team high 14.5 points per game. Bo Montgomery, 6'5 senior, averaging 9 points. Greedy Williams, the lefty junior, averaging 5.5 points. Sean Moore, 50-year senior from Columbus, transfer from FDU. Yes, he was on that team that shocked the number 1 seed Purdue a couple of years ago. Moore had 19 points in that game. He averages 9 and 6. For UNCW this year. And in the middle, Kansas native Harlan Obioha, 7 feet, 280 pounds, junior from Hoxie, Kansas, about 260 miles to the northwest. Obioha averages 9 points, 6 rebounds, and a block per game. Gregory Nixon, Nathan Farrell, Edwin Young, the officials. UNCW breaks its huddle to our right. They're in black jerseys, black shorts, white numbers, trimmed in teal. Really a cool color, honestly.
I love the combination, and everybody except for one of their starters has, like, highlighter yellow shoes on.
You can't miss them. Texas Tech as the 3 seed, the white jerseys, white shorts, red numbers, trimmed in black. What are you looking for early on in this game?
Well, I've talked about J.T. Toppin enough, but let's keep it going because I always feel like if you have a player that's special and is a mismatch problem, I always say don't get cute. Just give them the ball and see how the Seahawks defensively, are they going to bring a double or are they going to allow a guy on an island? We'll see.
Time now for the opening tip, sponsored by AutoZone. Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Texas Tech wins the tip. Elijah Hawkins fires a 3 top of the arc. No good, but an offensive rebound. Williams knifes mid-post right. His jumper is good, and he's twirling his hands as if to say, yeah, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, follow me. And Darian Williams, like in person, he is a wide body guard.
Now they list him at 225. Newby triggers a 3 left wing. That's right down the chute, and he points to his vein on the left arm. 3-2 UNCW. Texas Tech into the forecourt right. Hawkins bounces, leaves it for Anderson, feeds Toppin, back to Anderson, top of the arc. The freshman skips it left. Walton is ready, catch and shoot 3, pops out. It was 3/4 of the way down. Loose underneath, picked up by Williams. Up top, Walton, reload, give it to him this time. That's a triple. Texas Tech up 5-3.
So even without their top 3-point shooter, Chance McMillan, they are launching.
Sean Moore trying to locate Obioha on the block right side. It's out of bounds to Texas Tech. And Toppin lost his left shoe. He's got to fit he needs one of those shoe horns to fit it in, able to get it in place. Played 1 minute and 10 seconds here in Wichita. 5-3 Texas Tech. Red Raiders the 3 seed with the ball. Winner to meet the 11 seed Drake, victorious over Missouri earlier. Williams into the forecourt, pitch it to the corner to Anderson. Back up top, Williams, touch it to Hawkins. Hand off to Anderson, bounce to Toppin out front. Back to Anderson, 3-pointer from the edge of the logo, no good. Toppin an offensive rebound. Over to Walton, left wing 3.
Wow.
Yes, again. Kerwin Walton, second triple. It's 8-3 Red Raiders.
So Toppin gets that offensive rebound. Instead of saying, hey, it's my turn, he sprayed that thing out. Really unselfish play.
And Toppin, one of the best offensive rebounders in the Big 12. Ball flying to our table, just to our right. I was ready that time, Casey.
That's right.
I had my hand out.
I have taught you well.
Yes, you have. My mentor. 8-3 Texas Tech. Played almost 2 minutes. So we've had 3 possessions in the game. Already 8 second chance points. That's the early theme. Working on the offensive glass. Nolan Hodge checks in early for UNCW. 6'7 junior from Greensboro, averaging 7 points. Newby bouncing to Montgomery, who's tied up with Walton. It's out of bounds, right to the Texas Tech bench.
Yeah, Bo Montgomery was coming off a down screen on the wing, and instead of flaring out, he tight curled it. The miscommunication, ball goes out of bounds.
Hawkins up the center of the floor for Texas Tech, left to right. Between the circles to Walton, right wing three. He rattles it in. Curran Walton is in a groove right out of the gates. 3 threes for the fifth-year senior. Timeout UNCW as Texas Tech has opened up an 11-3 lead. A timeout on the court, sponsored by Rocket. Own the dream. 11-3 Texas Tech, 17:58 first half. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
My son Finn was born with congenital heart disease.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
There's nothing more defeating than a bracket busted during the first few rounds. Clearly, you didn't have the right stats and data to make the right pick. Don't make the same mistake with hiring for your small business. Find top-tier talent in the right place with LinkedIn. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else, including those who aren't actively looking for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. You can choose to get out there. Choose your people. You could choose to go for it. No, like really go for it.
Fourth down, 28-yard line.
Just choose to do something that moves you. Mazda crafts cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. Mazda, move and be moved.
Bubba Wallace here from 2311 Racing. Looking for fast fun? Go for a spin at Chumba Casino. Racing's fast, but Chumba takes it up a notch. Nothing beats the rush of those high-speed spins. Big thrills, daily bonus boost, action-packed games. Chumba's got it all to keep you in the fast lane. Ready to race? Let's Chumba. Pit stop at ChumbaCasino.com and play today.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Search and make your next career move. Monster.com provides great coaching and millions of job openings. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today. What really boosted Texas Tech's resume is they're the only team to beat Houston at Houston, and that was after JT Toppin was ejected in the opening minutes. Tech 25-8 on the year. UNCW 27-7. Winners of 15 of their last 17. They were in the championship game of the CAA 3 of 4 years, lost the previous 2, but broke through this year.
Ted, you forgot to mention, so JT Toppin was ejected, and Grant McCaslin got ejected a minute later.
Yes,
Jeff Linder, their associate head coach, had to coach that game at Houston. That just shows you how tied in this group is. To lose your best player, arguably against the best team in the country on the road.
11-3 Texas Tech, opening 2 minutes. Obioha, the 7-footer, working inside against Toppin, missed it, got it back, knocked out of his hands, and still UNCW ball with 12 to shoot. Kerwin Walton with 9 of Texas Tech's 11 points, all from beyond the arc, and already replacing that shooting of Chance McMillan, who's out with the upper body injury tonight. Obioha, left wing, handoff to Newby. He triggers a 3 straight on, off the front of the rim. Long rebound, run down by Montgomery. Noah Ross in the game for UNCW. He drives from the left corner, turnaround jumper, way off the left side of the backboard. Obioha back taps it though. 8 to shoot. Montgomery down the right lane line. Pivots up and under against Walton. He scoops it in with a foul.
I mean, you give any team 3 possessions, they're going to find a way to either get fouled or put the ball in, and the Seahawks did both. Spread you out. You know what happens on offensive rebounds, Ted, is the matchups aren't clear, right? Because there's a loose ball, and you're trying to figure out if you can get it, and then by the time you realize you can't, you're not guarding your guy.
Again, that's been a theme for both teams in the early going, taking advantage of the second chance. Montgomery, the transfer from Holy Cross, at the line. Free throw on the way, got it to finish the three-point play. 11-6, Texas Tech. Hawkins up the floor, left to right, far side. Send it to Anderson, dish right wing to Walton. Float it to Toppin on the baseline. Newby digging, Toppin turns into the lane and scores with his left hand. He is a lefty.
That's his first real touch on the block, and there was a double team. I put air quotes on that because it was a very soft late double team.
13-6, Texas Tech. Kamari McGriff in the game for the first time. You pointed him out for UNCW. Deeds Montgomery missed a three from deep right of the circle. Rebound Texas Tech. Hawkins left to right. Finds Williams. He pulls the trigger on a three. That almost wedged between the rim and the backboard. Rebound UNCW. Owen Hodge center of the floor. Flip it to Donovan Newby. Leading scorer for the Seahawks. Newby pitch it left. Ross touch it to Hodge. Down low McGriff. Batted out of his hands. Got it back. And he lays it in with the left.
With JT Toppin defensively, if you're going to go for a steal in the post and you miss, it's basically 2 points. You've got to be judicious on when you're going to go and be aggressive there.
13-8 Texas Tech. The play call from the Texas Tech sideline on the whiteboard is wheel JT. That means a post touch for JT Toppin. He's on the baseline right. Kick to Walton. Right wing three. Missed finally from the outside. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Tech. And it belongs to UNCW after the official timeout. 15:53 to go first half. Texas Tech, the 3 seed, up 13-8 over UNCW. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets.
Ted Emmerich and Casey Jacobson here at our Granger broadcast position in Wichita, Kansas. For the ones who get it done, there's Granger, offering professional-grade products for all industries, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. The 3-14 matchup in the West Region, Texas Tech, the 3 seed, leads UNCW 13-8. Just under 16 minutes to go in the first half. Kerwin Walton, the blazing start, 3 threes, 9 points to lead all scorers.
And how about this? Kerwin Walton, he's taken 162 total shots this year. And you want to know how many of those were threes? 136. I had to get out my calculator, okay, folks?
Okay.
That is 84% of his total shots are from three. He's only made 9 twos, right? So that is a three-point line hunter, is what I call that.
With your Stanford education, you shouldn't need a calculator.
No, come on, man. Math was my worst subject.
Okay.
Come on, man.
UNCW ball shooting to our left. Moore, middle of the floor for the Seahawks. To the right side, and Ross finds Greedy Williams in the corner, guarded by Hawkins. Bounce it to McGriff, short corner. Out to Ross, right of the circle, three-pointer off the front of the rim. Rebound loose. McGriff picks it up and lays it in.
We talked to UNCW head coach Takeo Silent, and he's like, McGriff is my guy. Those are his words. He is my guy. I trust him, and when I put him in the game, good stuff happens.
You said he does not get you asked him who doesn't get enough credit, and Siddle said absolutely Kamari McGriff. Kevin Overton, right corner three, bottom. Overton off the bench, and he drills it. 16-10 Texas Tech. Overton, a transfer from Drake, by the way. Could meet his former school in the round of 32.
That'd be fun.
Moore to the left baseline. The FBU transfer over to the right wing. And Noah Ross. Ross knifes in. Hits Greedy Williams to the pass up top. Screen by McGriff. Skip it left to Ross. 6 to shoot. Drive and kick. Sean Moore sets up for 3. Pops out. And JT Toppin vacuums in the board. Head to Elijah Hawkins. Big 12 assist leader this year. Over 6 per game. Starts left, darts right. Bounce to Toppin. Knocked out of his hands, but a foul against UNCW and Noah Ross.
Elijah Hawkins is fun to watch. 5'11", so the smallest player on the floor. Reminds me a little bit of Ryan Nembhard, the point guard for Gonzaga that we saw 2 hours ago for the Zags. Ton of ball screens with him. He is not looking to score. He'll only score if you make him.
He's really unlocked Texas Tech this year as that pure point guard. Williams drives the right lane line. Scoop, no. And rebound controlled by Noah Ross in UNCW. Right to left, 16-10 Texas Tech. 14-13 to go. Ross, right edge of the lane. Right-handed scoop, no, but a foul called against Darian Williams of Tech.
UNCW weathered that early storm. It looked like, right, that the Red Raiders were going to blow them out in the first 5 minutes, and the Seahawks have found a second life with Kamari McGriff coming off the bench and attacking the lane. It's working so far.
Ross at the line, bends his knees, off it goes. First one is good. Takeo Siddle told us yesterday, he said to his team early in the week, if you are just happy to be here, you're not coming to Wichita. We are here to win. And he said that his pregame message was going to be, you are built for this moment. Second free throw by Ross. Got it. 16-12, Texas Tech, 14-10 to go. Texas Tech moves it up quickly. Anderson in the right corner against the bigger McGriff. Back up top to Hawkins. Hand off to Anderson. To Federico, the Pittsburgh transfer. Hands it back to Anderson. Three-pointer, line drive off the heel. Long rebound to Donovan Newby. Up the far right side of the floor, Noah Ross. Hesitation through the lane, out to Moore. A little hesitation there, had all day to think about it. Missed the 3 long. Rebound knocked out. Last touch by UNCW.
The classic example of Moore taking too long. Because here's the thing, that in practice, you never catch a pass and hold it for 2 seconds and then shoot it. You never do that. So why would you ever do that in the game?
Texas Tech started 5 of 8. They're 1 of 5 from the floor since. They've hit 4 threes. They lead by 4. Hawkins steps back against McGriff. Pitches to the corner to Overton. Back to Hawkins, high right. Watched by McGriff. Hawkins retreats with the dribble. Step back 3 is a swish as he lands on his backside. The threes are raining down. 5 on the night. It's 19-12 Texas Tech. And an offensive foul at the other end as Hawkins takes the charge from Sean Moore. Hawkins doing work at both ends.
Yeah, they're showing a replay of that last bucket from Elijah Hawkins. That's 5'11" against 6'9". He had to step back. He created that space, and he still barely got that shot off against McGriff.
33% on the season, but it just feels like that has ticked up over the course of the year for Hawkins from downtown. Kerwin Walton is back in. He got Tech off to the hot start with 3 threes. He's in the corner, knocked out of his hands by Obioha, the Kansas native, who is fired up. It's still Texas Tech ball.
Yeah, Obioha, he's an emotional guy, isn't he? He knocked that ball out of bounds. There was a contingent of UNCW fans right in that section, and he's like, come on, guys. They all stood up.
Few of them might be friends and family as well. Here in Kansas, Hawkins the lob. Federico can't finish, but a foul as Sean Moore met him at the rim. So Sean Moore picks up his first. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
Hi, everybody. Christopher Russo. Mad Dog Sports Radio, live all day during the NCAA tournament. That's until 2 a.m. Eastern. React to all the action at AAA Mad Dog 6 on Channel 82.
Ted Emmerich, Casey Jacobson with you in Wichita. Federico hits the first free throw for Texas Tech. 20-12 Red Raiders, the 3 seed over the 14 seed UNCW. Federico, just a 48% foul shooter on the year. One more. A 6'11 senior, and he got that one.
Those are Texas Tech's first 2 free throws of this game. Ted, I feel like even though they're leading, they have fallen in love with the 3-point shot so far in the first 7 minutes of this game.
21-12 Texas Tech. Usually that works for Tech, but what happens when it's not falling? Yeah. Obioha in the post to Montgomery, traveled from the left corner. 4th turnover for the Seahawks.
Yeah, this Texas Tech team is a better offensive team than they are a defensive team, but don't let that fool you. I'm not saying that they're like Houston Cougars out here, but they are strong and long, and they give great effort.
If you watch them back in December, Casey, you would not be able to recognize this team defensively now. Anderson left of the circle, 3-pointer short. Federico, an offensive rebound. Back to the perimeter, and Hawkins right of the circle. Starts left, dashes right. Step back over the 7-footer Obioha. Missed the 3 that time. Loose ball. Hawkins picks it up the foul line. He shovels to Walton. Straight on 3, no good. And the rebound finally corralled by UNCW. Crossing the timeline, Nolan Hodge. Hodge right-handed dribble against Kevin Overton. Stops at the right elbow. Hodge picked up the dribble. Give it to Bo Montgomery. Knocked out of his hands by Overton, and it's off Montgomery, out of bounds. So Montgomery with a couple of turnovers. First the travel, now this one. 3 consecutive turnovers by the Seahawks, and we've got a timeout. Texas Tech 21, UNCW 12, 11:59 to play first half. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the 2nd largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's thick and rich lather gives you a close, comfortable shave for just half the price of gels.
Barbasol. It's time for basketball, and right now, Uber Eats has deals on Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Time now for the Coles fact of the game. UNCW back in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2017. It's their 7th appearance overall. Their only tournament win came in 2002 when, as a 13 seed, the Seahawks upset the 4 seed USC in overtime, led by Brett Blizzard. One of the great names in tournament history.
Awesome. Yeah, one of my best friends is John Goldsberry, who played for UNCW in the early 2000s as well. So shout out to John. They were balling back then.
Yes, they were. So back to the game, sponsored by Kohl's. Make this spring a stylish one with on-trend looks for every occasion when you shop at Kohl's and Kohl's.com, where families come first. Texas Tech leads UNCW 21-12. 11:59 mark, first half. Ted Emmerich, Casey Jacobson with you here in Wichita. But Texas Tech has fallen in love with the three ball, haven't they?
They have, and I don't know if Grant McCaslin's happy about it, but the Red Raiders have attempted 17 total shots. 14 of them are threes, and they have one of the best bigs in the nation right here with the ball, JT Toppin.
Toppin has it high right. Toppin facing up against Obioha, hand off to Hawkins. Hawkins thought about the step back three again, passed it up. Overton triggers it from the left wing. No good. Toppin, offensive rebound, missed it with the left. Ball is loose and secured by UNCW.
I know it's easy for me to say this, but that should have been a dunk. There was no defense around, and Toppin chose to try and flip it in instead of just hammering that home.
UNCW with the ball. Grady Williams has it on the A in March. Bumped by Hawkins. Bounce it to Newby in the corner. Lob it to Obioha. Skip it up top Montgomery. Touch it to Ross. 5 to shoot. Top of the arc. Montgomery slicing through the lane. Left-handed scoop. Off balance is good. 21-14 Texas Tech. Under 11 to play first half. Hawkins sends it up top to Anderson. Anderson moves right off a Toppin screen, darts left, picks it up, over to Overton. Hawkins in the corner, lob it to Toppin on the right baseline. Back around the horn. Overton, lost it on the way up as he was looking left. A steal for Bo Montgomery. Right to left come the Seahawks. Montgomery off an Obioha screen, moves to the right. Top of the arc, Ross, down the left lane line, kick to Williams, fake the three, take Hawkins, the smaller defender inside, and Williams scores. UNCW within 5 at 21-16.
The last two possessions for UNCW, one a right drive to the rim, that time a left drive to the rim. Put pressure on Toppin and the Red Raiders.
Anderson right of the circle, off a Toppin screen, down the left edge of the lane, feeds the rolling Toppin, and he crushes the rim with both hands. There's the throwdown.
That's how you do it, big man. Shout out to Bill Walton. Throw it down one time, big man.
Man, I miss hearing that.
I know.
Voice.
We miss you, Bill.
23-16 Texas Tech. Newby, quick three, top of the arc, got it.
We saw that in one of the early possessions of this game. Newby comes off, and his footwork on those curls is impeccable.
23-19. This play, for what it's worth, is fist JT. It leads to a three, top of the arc by Toppin. No good. Offensive rebound, Overton on the left block. Out to Hawkins, left of the circle. Three ball is pure. Texas Tech taking advantage of the offensive rebound, and it's 26-19.
The third time that Texas Tech has made a three off an offensive rebound. It's the most efficient time to shoot a three.
6-3 of the first half for Tech. Williams stops at the foul line for UNCW. Newby, contact with Hawkins. Fall away three, no good. And Toppin fights for the rebound. Knocked out of his hands, and a foul against UNCW, and Obioha running all the way to the bench, shaking his head.
He's entertaining to watch, is he not? I mean, you could tell he wears his emotions on his sleeve if these uniforms had sleeves, which they do not.
Yep.
Right now he's talking to the officials, he's been talking to the crowd, he's talked to his teammates. Okay.
Foul was not against Obioha, it was against his teammate Noah Ross, his second. Darian Williams brings it up for Texas Tech left to right. Williams attacks from the left corner, and Williams is fouled. And when Darian Williams gets downhill, he is tough to check.
He's like Jerome Bettis, the old Pittsburgh Steeler running back. Like, if he hits a hole, like, you don't want to tackle him, right? He's going to hurt you.
You can listen to Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament for free on the Varsity Network app. Listen to every game live or on demand. Download the Varsity Network app and search NCAA Championships. First free throw good for D5, as they call him, Darian Williams. He wears the number 5. One more to come for the 84% foul shooter.
I think they should call him the bus. Like
yeah,
this.
I'm with you. He is burly. 6'6", 225. Playing in his third consecutive NCAA tournament. One with Nevada, and now 2 with Texas Tech. He knocks down the second free throw. 28-19 Texas Tech. 8:45 to play first half. Ross, middle of the floor for UNCW. Hand it to Newby. Over to Williams, left of the circle. Bounce to the post. Where was that going? Federico got a hand on it. Steal by Texas Tech. Williams, bounce it. Left corner, Hawkins. Got past Williams. Shovel it to Anderson. Extra pass. Williams, left wing 3. That's off target. And the rebound gripped by UNCW. Owen Hodge in the key. 18-foot jumper. No good. Rebound Texas Tech. Hawkins puts it ahead. Anderson touch it. Walton corner 3. Oh, an air ball from Walton. McGriff the rebound. Walton hit 3 threes early. Hit nothing but air there. Noah Ross, one dribble, left wing 3, offline to the right. Hawkins comes away with it for Texas Tech. Hawkins bolting left to right. Feeds Walton. Another crack at it, and Walton swishes this one from the left wing. Kerwin Walton with his 4th three-pointer. He's on a heater. Texas Tech up 31-19.
25 shot attempts, 23s. They continue. I think Grant McCaslin's okay as long as the shot quality is there. Just don't force it.
Williams hash mark right. Bounce it to Newby. To the short corner and McGriff. Federico batting at him. McGriff, spin move toward the bucket. Up with the left, no good. And Williams pulls it down for Texas Tech. Ahead to Hawkins. On the left wing, calling the play. Wants a screen from Federico. And it's an offensive foul on Federico. That moving screen, Federico tumbled to the floor. And we've got a timeout. 7:13 to go first half in Wichita. Texas Tech 31, UNCW 19. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. Like you know to check your sunroof is closed first before driving through the car wash.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So if you want to save money, check Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
So, your small business is outgrowing your garage. You could go online, find a space, and get catfished. Or you could work with an agent who's a realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. With great coaching and millions of job openings, Monster.com empowers you to score your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today.
Brad Heller in our Westwood One studios in Los Angeles. Let's check the tournament scoreboard, sponsored by GoodRx. For simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, go to GoodRx.com or download the free GoodRx app. St. John's a 10-2 start to the second half. The Red Storm up 13 on Omaha now, 43-30. Meanwhile, halftime in Denver, Michigan leads UC San Diego 41-27, and UCLA has been pulling away from Utah State really the entire second half, 68-47 Bruins with about 2 minutes to go. Back to Wichita, we rejoin Ted Emmerich and Casey Jacobson.
31-19, Texas Tech, the 3 seed over the 14 seed UNCW. We're at the 7:13 mark of the first half. Texas Tech is 7 of 20 from three-point range. They have 25 total shots, so only 5 inside the arc.
But they're open. I would say with the exception of 2.
Yeah.
They have been open. And then there was one that was Elijah Hawkins, late shot clock. You can't blame them for those. So Grant McCastle seems fine with how they're playing offense.
Tech's on an 8-0 run. They have their largest lead at 12. UNCW ball to our left. Montgomery in the corner against Overton. Dribbled it off his foot. Picked it up. Needs an outlet. Bounce it down low. Obioha off his knee, out of bounds. A turnover to Texas Tech.
And he smiles. Obioha is smiling and still talking trash to Darian Williams of Texas Tech. Those two have been jawing since the tip, by the way.
Can you imagine how excited Obioha is for this matchup here tonight, especially coming back home to Kansas? Pass down low, Darian Williams. Oh, it swirls out. Federico on the weak side. Puts it back in with a foul. 33-19 as Texas Tech's lead continues to balloon. Get good at money so you can be a little bad. Invest well at empower.com. Federico from Helsinki, Finland. He was born in Egypt but grew up in Finland, so he lists that as his hometown, Helsinki. Missed the free throw. Obioha the rebound.
He only averages 5 points a game, mostly out there. Rebounder, shot blocker, plays about half the game.
And he really is Tech's best rim protector coming off the bench. Hodge has it. Free throw line extended left.
Oh.
Skip pass way too tall for a leaping Noah Ross. It sails over the Texas Tech bench, and it's the 8th turnover for UNCW.
I'm not even sure Zach Eady could have caught that one.
Right?
All right. I'm looking over the board. This play is called Swing 45.
All right. Texas Tech flashes the whiteboard. Williams down the right lane line. Right-handed scoop. Don't know if that was Swing 45, but it worked.
Well, if Darian Williams is the 4 and Federico is the 5, it's a ball screen for the 4 and the 5, and it worked.
There you go. Okay. Adds up. 12-0 run for Texas Tech. Pass down low. Obioha in a crowd. He shovels it to Ross. Ross moves to the left elbow against Williams. Spins in the lane. Oh, extra pass to Obioha. Tapped out of bounds. This time last touched by Texas Tech. 10 on the shot clock for the Seahawks. Thought Ross should have gone up with that himself. Well, Obioha was in tight quarters there. Dangerous pass.
Ref's talking to Obioha, trying to get him to calm down a little bit. Not sure that's going to work.
Newby triggers in from the left baseline into Obioha, trying to give it back to Newby. Hawkins knocked it out of his hands. So the timer's down to 7. UNCW ball from the baseline again.
Obioha's a big dude, man. All the other UNCW guys, their shorts have a little bit of baggy to them. His are like spandex pants.
Pretty short. 5 to shoot, into Hodge, over to Ross in the right corner, driving against Darian Williams, turnaround, fall-away jumper is good.
Yeah, Darian Williams, you see, he had a hand like covering his eyes of Ross, and he was still able to make that.
First made field goal in 4 minutes for UNCW. Williams, quick 3, top of the arc, off the back of the rim, long rebound to Anderson. Williams pitch it right to Hawkins, shuffled his feet, a travel, and a turnover. 35-21 Texas Tech. 5:21 to go in the first half. The 11 seed, the Drake Bulldogs, awaiting the winner of this game in the second round on Saturday. Newby walks it up, keeps a low dribble, goes between the legs against Hawkins. Bounce it to Nolan Hodge, to Ross in the left corner. Post touch. Obioha works to the right block. He throws it in off the glass with a foul. Harlan Obioha joined his homecoming. Man, he is all emotion.
Yeah.
He'll head to the line.
This is his first made basket of the game. For as active as he's been, he's only 1 for 2 from the field. And right there, I mean, how much more does he weigh than Federico? Oh, he's 60 pounds, and they're using all of it on that finish.
And once again, an official steps up to Harlan Obioha. Different one. It's not Gregory Nixon this time. It's Nathan Farrell. who has some words for Obioha. Like you said, Casey, almost, hey, calm down.
Every time there's a play, he is barking at the other team. Every time.
Free throw good from Obioha.
And he just looked over at the bench. He made one free throw, and he looked right at Grant McCaslin. This is amazing.
35-24 Tech. Anderson, deep three, edge of the logo. Off the front of the rim. And Ross with the rebound for UNCW. Far side of the floor, Sean Moore. Moore puts on the Jets, over to Hodge, left corner three. Missed it short. And the rebound for Kerwin Walton. Ahead to Hawkins, up the center of the floor, left to right for Texas Tech. Lob it to Toppin, he's surrounded. Back to the perimeter. Hawkins, right side of the lane, turnaround, floater, no. And the rebound secured by UNCW. Newby across the timeline. Right-handed dribble against the freshman Christian Anderson. Newby with the highlighter yellow sneakers to Hodge, also with highlighter green sneakers. Down low, Obioha to a cutting Hodge. Oh, the pass from the big man. It swirls in, and Hodge lost his right shoe on the bucket. Again, you can't miss it. Highlighter, neon yellow shoes, still scored it. And UNCW's on a 7-0 run.
Yeah, Obioha with a no look. He had the ball on the block, back to the basket. His teammate cut, and he faked like he was going to throw a perimeter pass out to the top of the key, almost Patrick Mahomes style, no looked it to the tight end, up the middle.
You love your quarterbacks.
I do.
How about dropping Mahomes for the team that Texas Tech is facing? What's that about?
Sorry. Mahomes is always my go-to QB, man.
Yeah, and it makes sense, especially here in the state of Kansas. Hawkins, top of the arc with it for Texas Tech. Mahomes, alma mater. To Overton in the corner, 7 to shoot. Now Toppin on the baseline. Skip it to Walton, drives the closeout of Newby. 1 to shoot. Hawkins, a leaning three-pointer, is a brick, long and right. Didn't touch the rim. Shot clock violation. And we have an official timeout. With 3:37 to go in the first half, UNCW scratching its way back. They've scored 7 unanswered. It's Texas Tech 35. UNCW 26. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
When you partner with CDW, your people get more out of technology. CDW AI architects deliver Microsoft services to automate tasks and boost productivity, helping sales reps connect with more customers. Remote teams collaborate seamlessly, and small businesses compete at scale. That's amazing. Make amazing happen. Microsoft and CDW. Learn more at cdw.com/modernwork.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
And that is why many of the greatest feats of fandom require you to be on your feet. Any questions?
Professor, NCAA men's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to show up, show out, give it 110 from tip to the final buzzer? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets.
Be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio with the NCAA Experience official ticket and hospitality packages. Official NCAA hospitality includes live entertainment, upscale food stations and beverages, appearances by NCAA legends, and much more. To be a VIP at the men's Final Four in San Antonio, visit ncaa.com/VIP. Our two highest seeds here in Wichita, both from the state of Texas, Texas Tech and Houston. Houston, the top seed, already moving on in the Midwest region. Now here in the West region, the 3 seed Texas Tech up 35-26 over UNCW. 3:37 to go first half, but UNCW with some fight, they've scored 7 in a row.
Yeah, and not only that, they've scored 7 in a row, and they've held Texas Tech over their last 4. So, yeah, showing a little bit of fight, a little bit of pride here. Can they sustain it? Obioha on the bench now, trying to calm his nerves a little bit.
Kamari McGriff checks in the middle for UNCW. Seahawks ball shooting to our left. McGriff on the block, right-handed hook over Toppin, no good. Anderson comes up with the rebound and a tie-up. Arrow pointing UNCW's way as Nolan Hodge got his hands on it as well.
Donovan Newby, the leading scorer for the Seahawks, kind of content to be a passer so far. He's hit a couple of threes, but he hasn't really forced it.
McGriff, the lefty, receives the inbounds pass up and under against Toppin. Left it short. Moore picks it up. Fall-away jumper, right side, no good. Hawkins left to right for Texas Tech. Red Raiders lead by 9. 3:05 to play. Hawkins low bounce pass to JT Toppin. Knocked out of bounds. And Toppin the last to touch it. UNCW ball.
That was a brilliant post-entry pass because Elijah Hawkins took it from the top to the wing to get that better angle. He put a little English on it, and I'm not even sure if that was deflected. I think that was just a dropped, fumbled pass by JT Toppin.
It's the 5th turnover of the half for Texas Tech. Bounce it to Hodge. Left free throw line extended. Ross in the corner. Back to Hodge now up top against Anderson. Left of the circle. Moore knocks down a triple. And UNCW on a 10-0 run. They're within 6 at 35-29.
Guard-to-guard screen. And if you don't communicate it, that's what you give up.
Hawkins out front with it for Texas Tech. Sidestep to his left, give it to Toppin, feed it to Anderson, in the key, over to Hawkins, catch and shoot 3 left wing, around and out, and Moore soars for the rebound. UNCW right to left. Ball in the hands of Newby, the CAA tournament MVP this year. Guarded by Kerwin Walton. Right-handed dribble for Newby, bounce it to Hodge, hash mark right, whistle blows. And heading the other way as UNCW turns it over. The official threw up 3 fingers for Sean Moore. Was a foul called away from the ball?
That was hard to see. I think Moore was trying to set a screen, a diagonal block-to-block screen to free up his center, and he moved, I believe. It was hard to see.
It is Texas Tech ball with 2:06 to go. 9th turnover of the game for UNCW. Williams backing down Ross. Over to Walton. Left wing 3. Missed it here. Offensive rebound. Anderson. Hook it to Elijah Hawkins. Top of the arc. Fresh 20 seconds for Texas Tech. Hawkins darts right off the top and screen. Attacks to his left. And we're heading the other way. Offensive foul on Toppin. Trying to set the screen there.
That was, I think, Elijah Hawkins' fault. Sometimes you have to be patient. You have to wait that 1 split second to allow the big to get to that spot. Oh, actually, they showed the replay. That was a screen, and he kind of moved into the defender, went underneath the screen, Ted, and Toppin rolled into that defender. You can't do that.
Red Raiders have turned it over on 4 of their last 8 possessions. They haven't scored in more than 4.5 minutes. UNCW within 6. Hodge stops at the right corner. He buries a jumper from 12 feet, and he's fouled. UNCW just keeps coming. They're within 4 at 35-31 with 1:34 to go in the half, and Hodge can make it a 3-point game at the line.
UNCW ran what's called an Iverson cut, named after Allen Iverson, sprinting from one side of the floor all the way to the other, and the gamble defensively allowed Moore to get some steam going.
Hodge misses the free throw, around and out to the left. So the score remains 35-31, Texas Tech. 1:25 to go. Williams coming off the injury in the Big 12 tournament. Left elbow jumper, off target. Sean Moore hauls in the rebound for UNCW.
Texas Tech missed their last 7 in a row. You see guys are hesitating now.
It's a 12-0 run for UNCW as we near the final minute of the half. Hodge, right elbow jumper, in and out. And Hawkins brings in the rebound. Final minute. Hawkins, skip it. Walton, feet set. Three-pointer on the way. Give it to him. Kerwin Walton is making it rain here in Wichita. His 5th three of the half. 15 points. Texas Tech up 38-31. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Texas Tech fans across the way rise to their feet. Newby, center of the floor, bounce it to Hodge. Post touch, Obioha out to Ross. Corner three, offline. Long rebound, Obioha. Shot clock resets to 20. Now a 7-second difference between the clocks. 20 seconds to go in the half. Newby trying to ward off Elijah Hawkins. Left-handed dribble. Newby sends it to the right side. Pick and pop three. Got it. Nolan Hodge buries it. UNCW within 4, 38-34. 5 seconds remaining in the half. Hawkins with three. Hawkins down the left lane line with one. He scoops it with the left. That's off the rim. And halftime is here in Wichita. Texas Tech led by as many as 16, but UNCW closes the half on a 15-3 run, and it's 38-34 Red Raiders at the break.
And it's the balance that I was talking about at the start of this game. UNCW in their conference play had 5 guys averaging double figures. Right now they don't have one averaging double figures, but everybody is contributing. And we also talked about you live by the three, you die by the three. The threes were going down aplenty in the first 10 minutes for Texas Tech, and they didn't have that balance. As soon as they started missing, that gave UNCW life.
38-34, the 3-seed Texas Tech leads the 14-seed UNCW. When we return, we'll head back to our Straight Talk Wireless studios for the halftime report. Need more data so you can stream your Jam mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Traveling in basketball? Bad move. Traveling the world? Great move. Wherever the road takes you, Best Western is your place to take a time out and catch your breath. Because every team needs a place to regroup. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
I used to lack confidence until I shopped for a used car with Carfax. With Carfax, I was able to pause for the facts. I saw all the facts, like millions of cars, reported vehicle histories, and found the best values. Thanks to Carfax, I had the confidence to shop like a pro. Facts. A pro car shopper who feels like a winning ping pong champion. Facts. A ping pong champ whose legendary story is now a blockbuster movie. Facts. Starring me, Little Miss Confident. Yeah! Facts. Sorry, you get it. Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
The beauty of a tournament cheat sheet is that someone else spent thousands of hours watching film and analyzing stats, so you didn't have to. When it comes to hiring for your small business, LinkedIn does the same thing with candidates. LinkedIn delivers the strongest hiring data and insights to help you identify the right candidates to make the best hiring decisions. Hire professionals like a professional on LinkedIn. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/SXM. That's linkedin.com/SXM. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome inside the Westwood One Broadcast Center in Los Angeles. I'm Brad Heller. It's halftime of our final game of the night, which means we get to look ahead to the 16 games tomorrow. And our in-studio analyst, Nick Baugh, is here. Hi, Nick. Thanks for coming in.
How fun is this?
Oh, my God. It's the best.
It's the greatest.
And now let's get ready to look ahead tomorrow with the two-time defending champion UConn Huskies, an 8 seed this year against the 9 seed Oklahoma. Where is this Huskies team for you coming into the tournament?
Yeah, they've just
haven't been able to fully capture any consistency on the defensive end of the floor throughout the season. And it is pretty amazing to think that you have back-to-back national champs and nobody's really talking about them at all heading into the NCAA tournament. And the thing I will caution people, Liam McNeely, their stud freshman, was hurt for a stretch in the middle of the season, and that's when things got a little bit rocky for the Huskies. When he's been good, UConn's been a different team. I was able to call on Westwood One, myself and Kevin Kugler called his 38-point performance in a win at Creighton for UConn. So if they can find any consistency on the defensive end of the floor and McNeely can score, you're still talking about a team that's got no reason to not be uber confident in March.
Winner of UConn and Oklahoma will likely see Florida, who faces Norfolk State. Meanwhile, the other number one seed in action tomorrow, the Duke Blue Devils. Cooper Flagg today says he is pain-free with that ankle. So here we go with this Duke team. A lot of expectations with Cooper Flagg and company heading into the tournament.
It's going to be so interesting to watch Duke because it flies in the face of wisdom and trends lately that you can build around freshmen and have success in the NCAA tournament. Duke's led by two freshmen in Con Knippel and Cooper Flagg, but those guys play beyond their freshman tag, if you will. They had no problem winning the ACC tournament without Cooper Flagg, but if Duke wants to make a run here, Cooper Flagg's got to be who he's been throughout the season. And the thing that's amazing about Cooper Flagg is sometimes when you think about freshmen in the NCAA tournament, you conjure up images of Kevin Durant or Carmelo Anthony or Anthony Davis, and you think about guys that maybe aren't physically quite there. You can see the skill, but they're physically not quite there. Cooper Flagg is going to be the strongest guy on the floor almost every time he steps onto the court. It's going to be fun to watch him play. It's good to hear that he's pain-free. We'll see what that ankle looks like in game number one.
Already had a 12-seed win today with McNeese. Tomorrow you got Colorado State, you got Liberty. Any other upsets you're keeping an eye on?
Well, okay, I'll get real bold. If you want a frisky 15-seed, Bryant.
Okay.
Bryant, I called the America East Championship game on Westwood One. They have high major athleticism. They're led by a former McDonald's All-American and Earl Timberlake at the point guard spot. They're all about 6'6" to 6'8". They're third in the country in block shots. Just saying, when you watch these 2 seeds play 15 seeds or 1 seeds play 16 seeds, there's such a discrepancy in athleticism and size typically. And even if you are having a poor shooting day, you can just overwhelm the opponent as the top seed with your strength and athleticism. I'm not sure Michigan State's going to be able to overwhelm Bryant. Now, the scary thing is Bryant wants to play fast. Michigan State wants to play fast, and they're really good at it. I'm just saying, I'm not fully calling for it, but I guess would it stun me if we get in the second half of that game and Bryant has hung around Michigan State? It would not shock me at all.
We like bold.
You like bold?
We like bold.
I should have been more bold. I should have had my extra cup of coffee, then I would have pulled the trigger and fully committed to it.
Oh, we got plenty of time over the next few days. Nick Baugh, our studio analyst for the entire tournament, thanks for stopping by.
You got it. Thanks for having me.
Hey, but still more basketball to go tonight. Texas Tech leads UNCW 38-34 at halftime. Welcome inside the Straight Talk Wireless Studios here in Los Angeles. I'm Brad Heller. Need more data so you can stream your Jam Mix on loop? Switch to Straight Talk and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Coming up, the scoreboard. UC San Diego making a run against Michigan. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fee supply requires purchase of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Brad Heller back in our Westwood One studios. Texas Tech leads UNCW at halftime 38-34. Let's check the tournament scoreboard, sponsored by MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset and maintenance app that brings your unplanned downtime to zero. Try free at maintainx.com/MVP. That's maintain and the letter X.com/MVP. We'll start the 5-12 in the South. Michigan and UC San Diego. Wolverines are up 15 early in the second half, but watch out for the Tritons.
Aniwaniwa St. Jones will start it up to Howell at the top of the key. Now Gray, left wing, driving down the baseline, gets past Case and lays it in. It's a 1-point game. Michigan 45, Tritons 44.
Kevin Kugler on the call. Michigan up 5 right now, 49-44, under 13 minutes to go. You can hear that one on the brand new Westwood One Sports app. Meanwhile, St. John's blowing things open in the second half against Omaha. The Red Storm up 5 at the break. They're up 22 now, 66-44 with 8 minutes to go. UCLA hammered Utah State 72-47. The Bruins will face Tennessee on Saturday as the Volunteers beat Wofford, going wire to wire. Drake pulling off the upset of Missouri 67-57. And McNeese making it 2 double-digit seeds with wins today. The Cowboys' first ever tournament win as they held off Clemson. Texas A&M beat Yale 80-71. Meanwhile, Purdue over High Point 75-63. BYU and Wisconsin will match up on Saturday. The Cougars over VCU. The Badgers beat Montana. Gonzaga, that 27-3 start against Georgia. The Zags cruise. They'll take on Houston Saturday as the Cougars, 61% shooting in the first half. They beat SIU Edwardsville. Arkansas over Kansas 79-72. The Razorbacks in the game with 10 lead changes advance. So does Auburn, the number 1 overall seed, beating Alabama State by 20. And the Tigers will take on Creighton on Saturday. The 9-seed Blue Jays kicking off the day in a virtual road game in Lexington. They beat Louisville 89-75. Texas Tech up 4 at halftime on UNCW 38-34. We're going to rejoin Ted Emmerich and Casey Jacobson in Wichita after this. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. A very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Half, they outscore Texas Tech 15-3 down the stretch, and so it's a 4-point game at halftime. The 3-seed Texas Tech up 38-34 over UNCW. Ted Emmerich, Casey Jacobson with you here in Wichita. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Barbasol. Barbasol shaving cream delivers a thick lather and close, comfortable shave for half the price of gels. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol. So, for Texas Tech, it's all about the 3-ball. They have shot 26 of them so far. They made 8 of them. Kerwin Walton with 5 for a game-high 15 points. You just wonder, Casey, is it time for a few more touches for J.T. Toppin, who shot it only 4 times himself? He's got 4 points and 6 rebounds.
I've been wondering that all half. This is a smart Texas Tech basketball team, but it doesn't, at least in the first 20 minutes, you sometimes wonder if they understand what stage this is. They can't mess around. Who is their best player? It's like they're not really focused on that. They're just out here launching.
Time now to connect with our analyst for the second half keys. Sponsored by Wago. Trust your game, trust your wiring with Wago electrical connectors. Gear up at wago.com/hoops for your next electrical project. That's probably one of them for Texas Tech, right?
Of course. Their offense just lacked what I call nuance. It wasn't layered. It was a one-dimensional first half for Texas Tech. And even though you and I were not in the locker room with Grant McCasland, you got to be thinking that he's talking to his team about, hey, our best player, our All-American shot 4 times. Only 3 of those 4 were in the lane. Let's go to him early. Now, to the credit of UNCW, they are bringing a double team, but teams have been bringing double teams against J.T. Toppin all season long, and still you got to figure out a way creatively to get your best player shots. Meanwhile, UNCW continue to spread it around. We've talked about their balance. This is who they are. They don't rely on one guy, although Donovan Newby is their best player. He leads them in points and assists. I thought he was a little bit passive. I actually am really curious to see, number 1 for UNCW, Donovan Newby. Does he come out in the first 5 minutes and say, I need to maybe take this to the next level?
Yeah, Seahawks were led by Nolan Hodge with his 7 points off the bench. Halftime score, Texas Tech 38, UNCW 34. When we return, we'll have the start of the second half. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, fellow Gen Xers, it's Elizabeth Banks. Big news! The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the charge. After all, we gave the world the internet. We're trailblazers. Let's lead the way again because we are at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Head to vaxassist.com and schedule today. That's vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's time for basketball. And right now, Uber Eats has deals on McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Get game day deals now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
It's Power Torque Tools DIY days at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Lifetime guaranteed Power Torque professional hand tools only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Westwood One presents Great Moments in Tournament History.
March 29th, 1982. The Louisiana Superdome saw some terrific talent at the championship game. Patrick Ewing, James Worthy, Sam Perkins, just to name a few. But the hero of the North Carolina-Georgetown final turned out to be a Tar Heel freshman.
Jimmy Black on the right side to Michael Jordan, back on the right. Over to Jimmy Black. Black holding high, goes to Daugherty. Daugherty in the double team, gives it back to Black with 20 seconds left to play. Goes back to Michael Jordan, jumper from out on the left, good! 63-62.
The Hoyas had one last chance, but an errant pass by Freddie Brown secured the title for Dean Smith in North Carolina. But it was the first signature play of Michael Jordan's career that goes down as another great moment in tournament history. I'm Kevin Kugler.
Ted Emmerich and Casey Jacobson here at our Grainger broadcast position in Wichita, Kansas. Gain a winning edge for your business with Grainger. Get fast delivery of industrial-grade supplies to help keep your operations going when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. Ready for the start of the second half? It's 38-34, the 3-seed Texas Tech on top of the 14-seed UNCW. Tech led by 16 with 6 minutes to play, but the Seahawks finishing the half on a 15-3 run. So within 4 now, they've been balanced. Nolan Hodge really gave UNCW a spark off the bench, 7 points, 4 rebounds. He's the leading scorer for UNCW. And Kerwin Walton for Texas Tech, 15 points on 5 of 10 from three-point land. We mentioned the 26 threes, Casey, for Tech as a team. 26 in the first half. And this is without their best three-point shooter, Chance McMillan, who's injured.
Yeah, you're right. He's statistically their best three-point shooter. 43%, has shot 159. So, yeah, there would be more threes if Chance McMillan was out here. I think there's got to be a shift. If you're wearing a Texas Tech uniform right now, you say, hey, we're not just like going to abandon the three, but how about we think a little bit more rather than just running out here like chickens with our heads cut off. Credit UNCW, man. Like, they took a haymaker, and they stood tall. And Takeo Sito, he's got to be happy with his group, an older group. What can they do in the second half?
Time now for the start of the second half, sponsored by Indeed.com. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday? How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit. Texas Tech right to left. They've got the ball to start the second half. Hawkins fires a pass inside to Williams. Back to the perimeter. Hawkins up top to Anderson. Back to Hawkins. Right side angle against Greedy Williams. Post entry to Toppin. Back to Hawkins. Deep three, right wing is way short. Toppin got a piece of it, but it's controlled by UNCW.
And UNCW coming out in a 2-3 zone. And messed a little bit with the Raiders.
Greedy Williams hands it off to Bo Montgomery. Center of the floor, bounce it to Donovan Newby. Second team All-CAA. Best player for UNCW. Had 6 in the first half. Right-handed scoop block by Toppin. UNCW regathers. Sean Moore, left wing three is right down the chute. And UNCW is within a point at 38-37. Hawkins might have been shaken up there. A little struggle moving up the floor, gesturing at his face a bit.
Yeah, he got hit in the mouth.
Post feed to Toppin, out to Walton, right wing there. There's an answer. Kerwin Walton brought his flamethrower to Wichita. He's got 6 threes now, and it's 41-37.
2 possessions for Texas Tech, 2 post touches for JT Toppin, who's not forcing it. If they're going to double, they're going to continue to take that three.
Left corner three for UNCW, off the mark from Newby, and air ball. Anderson storming right to left. Feeds Walton. Left wing three this time. Doesn't go down. Off the front of the rim. More left to right with it for UNCW. Low dribble. Hawkins harassing, knocked out of bounds, still a UNCW ball. Nolan Hodge quickly in for UNCW. Donovan Newby takes a seat.
Oh, interesting here.
How about that?
Newby with only one foul, so it's not a foul trouble thing. Hodge did close that first half really strong. Here he is again.
Ball in his hands. Right baseline jumper is good. Off the bench and back on the scoreboard. 41-39 Texas Tech. We played 2 minutes in the second half. Hodge with 9. Hawkins on the bracket logo at midcourt. Hooks it to Anderson on the left wing. Snap it to Toppin at the foul line. Against Obioha. Kick to Walton. Right wing 3 off the front of the rim. Boy, Kerwin Walton's going to keep firing. And a foul called inside against Texas Tech. It's on Darian Williams.
At what point does JT Toppin just say, you know what, like, I have to shoot, even if there's 2 guys? I applaud him for making the, quote, right play, but, man, like, he's an All-American, and he is really not looking at the basket right now.
He's only shot it 4 times. The Big 12 Player of the Year has 4 points. Williams barrels down the left lane line, blocked by Toppin, but a foul called. And it's on Toppin, his second.
All right, folks, you're here in the booth, and I'm in agreement here. That was a missed call by the officials. That contact was created all by the offensive player. JT Toppin jumped straight up and then blocked it cleanly. Tough one there.
And so Williams, the lefty, at the line. Transfer from Chippewa College in Florida. First free throw, good. Download the brand new Westwood One Sports app and catch every minute of the men's and women's NCAA tournament anytime, anywhere. Don't be left out. Get the Westwood One Sports app today. Williams was a late addition to the team from the junior college ranks. He was a JC All-American a year ago. Second free throw, a swish. And UNCW has tied the game at 41. The first tie of the game. Texas Tech led by 16 in the first half. Williams down low. He puts it in with the left.
I like that offense a lot. Keep going to D5, the big body down there. He's a wing, but he can also turn his back to the basket.
43-41, Texas Tech back on top. Williams drives mid-post right, picks up the dribble against Hawkins. Lobs it to Obioha with the catch, and he lays it home. Tied again at 43. Obioha, the Kansas native, with 5. Williams launches a 3 from the left wing for Tech. That's too strong. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Red Raiders. Obioha checks out. Kamari McGriff comes back in for UNCW. And Anderson and Federico are off the bench for Texas Tech as Williams and Toppin head out. Both of them with 2 personals. Hawkins from the right baseline for Texas Tech, far side. Sends it into Walton, straight on against McGriff. Deep 3 off the front of the rim, and Montgomery fights for the rebound. The hit-ahead pass to McGriff. Catches, he's in too deep. Sends it out to Williams, swing it, more, touch it, Montgomery, left corner 3, Hodge, off the right side of the rim. Overton trying to secure it, could not, it's UNCW ball.
I'm laughing. Hodge was open for about full 5 seconds. He was jumping up and down, almost like doing jumping jacks in the corner. The ball finally hit his hands and he missed it. Like, hey, if you're going to do jumping jacks in the corner, you better make this.
From the right baseline, post touch McGriff, off balance, left-handed hook is off the mark. Hawkins up the floor, swiveling his head with Hodge lurking. Hawkins starts right, he bolts to the left, he stops at the left elbow, up top to Christian Anderson. In a tie game, 43-all, early second half. Anderson down the right lane line, up top Walton, Hawkins left side angle, Toppin back in for Tech, on the block left side, turns and hook shot is good for JT Toppin.
He knows he has to make a quicker move. If he holds that ball for another second, that double team's there.
45-43 Texas Tech, 4 minutes gone by second half here in Wichita. 11 seed Drake awaits the winner. Williams on the right wing. Hawkins poking at him. Williams drives the lane. Pass intercepted by Hawkins. And Hawkins is fouled, knocked to the ground at midcourt. There's a timeout on the court, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. You can save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. Texas Tech, the 3 seed, up by 2, 45-43 over UNCW. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
Traveling in basketball? Bad move. Traveling the world? Great move. Wherever the road takes you, Best Western is your place to take a time out and catch your breath. Because every team needs a place to regroup. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
You can just move through life, or you can find the things that move you. It's your choice. You can choose to get out there. Choose your people. You could choose to go for it. No, like really go for it.
4th down, 28-yard line.
Just choose to do something that moves you. Mazda crafts cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. Mazda, move and be moved.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
Traveling in basketball? Bad move. Traveling the world? Great move. Wherever the road takes you, Best Western is your place to take a time out and catch your breath. Because every team needs a place to regroup. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships.
This is Mike Tirico. Join us for exclusive coverage of the Masters this April on Channel 92 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Let's check the attendance, sponsored by Uber Eats. Uber Eats is delivering game day deals from hundreds of your local favorites all week. Order now on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details. Sellout crowd here in Wichita, just over 15,000 for our final game of the night. And Texas Tech, the 3 seed here in the West region, leads UNCW by 2, 45-43, just under 16 minutes to play.
As long as UNCW hangs around in the second half, though, these fans from Drake, they're going to start adopting the Seahawks as their own.
Doesn't it happen every year at every tournament site? Walton catch and shoot 3 from the left corner. Missed it short. Montgomery climbs the ladder for the rebound, and he draws the foul. And it looks like it's on Toppin, which would be his third.
Yeah, it definitely was on Toppin. That was a free ball, and Toppin, yeah, he stuck out his left arm and collided there with Montgomery.
And so Toppin heads out. Federico back in. Darian Williams back in as well for Kerwin Walton. UNCW with the ball down 2. They haven't led since it was 3-2. Newby bounces it up top to McGriff. Left wing Ross, his pass is deflected off the leg of Darian Williams, out of bounds. Still UNCW ball. From the left baseline, Donovan Newby bounces it into McGriff. Mid-block left, backing down Federico. McGriff turns, and he's fouled by Fetty, as they call him at Texas Tech. So that's Federico's third personal.
UNCW coach Takeo Siddle, he warned us, I don't know if that's the right word, that when McGriff comes in the game, they're going to go to him. He becomes their star.
McGriff feeds Newby. Left corner three is too strong. And the rebound collected by Kevin Overton of Texas Tech. Red Raiders by 2. 15-15 to go, second half. Federico hands it to Elijah Hawkins on the left wing. Being watched by Bo Montgomery. Darian Williams sets the screen. Hawkins moves right. Lob it to Williams down the baseline. Spins in the lane. Shot off the back of the rim. Rebound Montgomery. Left to right. Montgomery in transition for UNCW. Stopped by Williams. McGriff hands it back to Montgomery to the right corner. Catch and shoot three ball. Cash for Nolan Hodge. He's got a dozen. And for the first time since it was 3-2, UNCW is on top, 46-45. And a timeout for Texas Tech. The Seahawks believe. And the crowd over our right shoulder certainly does as well. Timeout on the court. 14:35 remaining. UNCW, the 14 seed, up 46-45 over Texas Tech. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with limited time savings on the supplies pros need. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And don't miss your chance to activate and earn 3 times the points on select DeWalt and Klein tools. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/28. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details on qualifying items.
With Marriott Bonvoy, take your game day rituals on the road. No matter how you show your team spirit, find a stay for your style when you explore our entire world of hotel brands and experiences. Marriott Bonvoy has a brand for every kind of fan. Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Explore more at marriottbonvoy.com/NCAA.
Selling your home, it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. Or you could work with the expertise of a realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
Let's check the schedule of tournament games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by the 2027 X15 engine from Cummins. Featuring better fuel efficiency, immense power, and backed by 25-plus years of experience. The 2027 X15 is built to rise above the challenges of tomorrow. The X15, forever rising. And we can start to look ahead to Saturday here in Wichita. 1 second-round game is set in the Midwest region. Number 1 seed Houston, 8 seed Gonzaga. In the West region, 11 seed Drake awaits the winner of this one. And it's UNCW, the 14 seed, leading the 3 seed Texas Tech, 46-45, 14.5 to play. UNCW in a zone out of the timeout. Texas Tech ball shooting to our left. Williams into the left corner. Christian Anderson bounce it up top. Williams pass deflected. Got it to Hawkins. Skip it to Anderson. 5 to shoot. Whip it down low. And Federico with the slam.
Yeah, the patience, that's what you need against man-to-man or zone. It doesn't really matter. Get the ball from one side to the other. Get some penetration somehow. Things open up.
47-46 Texas Tech reclaiming the lead. 14 minutes remaining. Montgomery to the right elbow. Turnaround jumper over Overton. Front rim, backboard, and it drops through.
Goodness. UNCW's hitting tough shots. It's not like Texas Tech is falling down and they're getting open looks.
48-47 UNCW. Overton, trouble in the corner. He lost it. Donovan Newby picked his pocket. Left to right, Newby Feeds Montgomery right wing into the corner. Noah Ross. Top of the arc, Newby in the key, down the left lane line, and a foul called against Kevin Overton. That's his first. 15th foul against Texas Tech.
See that hesitation dribble right there? You know who perfected that? Is a gentleman sitting about 6 seats over, Steve Smith, who's calling the game for TBS. He was so good at that hesitation dribble, probably the best I've seen.
I hope he pointed that out on that broadcast, by the way.
You probably did.
No, you did as a student of the game. McGriff off the inbound, layup no, with Federico lurking. Rebound Texas Tech. Hawkins hustling ahead. Feeds Walton, right corner three, pure! Kerwin Walton's 7th three-pointer. Texas Tech leads 50-48.
And that ties his career high. He had 7 in the season opener against Bethune-Cookman.
Tech by 2, 13 minutes left. Down low, McGriff, foul called. Federico defending. And Federico has his 4th personal foul.
And here comes JT Toppin.
Toppin with 3. Checks back in for Federico. And baseline right inbound for Donovan Newby. 50-48 Texas Tech. Newby lobs it into the foul line. Hodge fades, left elbow, got it! We're tied at 50. Nolan Hodge with 14. What a boost he's given UNCW off the bench.
It's been the story, 22 bench points.
Walton, right corner 3. Yes, sir! A career-high 8 made threes for Kerwin Walton. 53-50 Texas Tech. Walton with 24, all from beyond the arc. Newby on the E in madness at midcourt. Bounce it to Sean Moore on the right wing. Send it over to Hodge. Inside Obioha. Turns. Cannot score against Toppin. It rattles out. Hawkins, the hit ahead. Anderson, feet set. Right corner 3. Off the front of the rim. And a foul against UNCW. It's on Harlan Obioha.
Really nice job. Previous possession, JT Toppin playing good defense without fouling. It's hard to do. He can't afford to pick up another one.
53-50 Texas Tech, 12:08 mark, second half. Hawkins lobs it in to Toppin, working against Obioha. Left-handed scoop from a tough angle. It goes off glass. 55-50 Texas Tech. The Big 12 Player of the Year, Toppin, has 8 points to go with 8 rebounds. Tech fans on their feet, far side. And an offensive foul. Obioha trying to set the screen. A turnover by UNCW. Their 11th of the game. We've got a timeout here in Wichita. 11:50 to go. Texas Tech 55, UNCW 50. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Monster.com helps you slam dunk the job search and make your next career move. With great coaching and millions of job openings, Monster.com empowers you to score your next position and win the job hunt. Get off the bench and go to Monster.com today.
Choose Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil designed for today's engines exclusively at your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
I've got to say, I don't think anybody can dethrone Quest Nutrition. They've got nutrition on point with indulgent bars in every flavor you can imagine. On the wings, you've got flavors like nacho cheese protein chips and spicy cheddar crackers. Talk about a 1-2 punch of protein. Have I mentioned the rich, creamy protein milkshakes they have down low? 45 grams of protein. Now that's power. Quest Nutrition. Big on protein, low on sugar, huge on flavor. It's basically cheating.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with limited time savings on the supplies pros need. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And don't miss your chance to activate and earn 3 times the points on select DeWalt and Klein tools.
What's up, insiders, basketball fans all over the world? Thank you so much for hanging out with us today during March Madness. Oh man, we're having so much fun. We've got streams going for every single game of the tournament. We're tracking our brackets. It's a lot of fun in the chat. Please chat it up. Hit that like button down below and share this link out. That's going to be the best way to bring more basketball fans here to the chat. And we're already seeing thousands of fans come into the first stream of 16 on Thursday. I'm going to let Joe take it home. We appreciate you being here.
This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So like, subscribe, and share, because every click impacts SickKids' mission to heal the future.
They're 11 of 36 as a team. Toppin jabs with the left. Tech shooting to the basket to our left. Hawkins on the NCAA logo at midcourt. Toppin sets the screen. Sidestep. Hawkins step back three. In and out. Obioha grabs the rebound for UNCW. Newby slows it down, walking it up the floor right between March and Madness at midcourt. Bounce it to Sean Moore, right of the circle, against Kerwin Walton, into the paint, fall away jumper, foul line, air ball, Obioha saves it, loose ball, Moore diving for it, and a foul against Texas Tech.
Wow, how about the hustle from Obioha? Never give up on that play, and blindly, he just whipped it behind his back. He had no idea who was there, who wasn't there, and sure enough, his teammate figured it out, and they get fouled. Get 2 free throws out of it.
17th foul on Texas Tech, so UNCW in the bonus at the 11:09 mark. And Sean Moore shooting 1-1, 65% on the season. First trip to the line tonight. First free throw, good. Later on, we'll select the Smart Coaching Move of the Day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Second free throw, well short, just grazed the front of the rim. 55-51 Texas Tech, 11:05 remaining. Anderson holds it on the right wing, feeds Toppin, short corner right, back to Anderson, catch and shoot three, a rainbow off the back of the rim. Another missed three by somebody not named Kerwin Walton.
When they throw the ball to Toppin, the guy who throws it, Ted, needs to get out of there. He keeps standing on that side.
Noah Ross triggers a long jumper from the corner. That's good. It is a 2, and it's 55-53 Texas Tech. Anderson front court left to Walton on the right wing. Lob it down low. Let's see if Toppin keeps it this time against Obioha. Banging bodies. Toppin working. Toppin kick. Anderson touch to Hawkins. Left wing three. Around and out to the right. And Sean Moore grabs the rebound. UNCW left to right. Newby. Headed deflected. Three-pointer from the left wing. Loose on the left baseline. And we're heading the other way. Foul called against Sean Moore of UNCW.
I'm looking at Donovan Newby, who tapped his chest and looked at his teammates and said, that was my bad. That was a forced three. I don't know why he took that. There was barely 5 seconds off the shot clock.
He was eyeing the lead, and it just was ill-advised. Nearing the 10-minute mark, 55-53 Texas Tech. Anderson, free throw line extended left. Bounce it to Darian Williams. Here comes the double from Ross. Feed Anderson back to Williams. Spin move. Williams throws it off the window and in with a foul. And Darian Williams yells out in celebration. 57-53. D5 trying to put his imprint on the game.
Darian Williams has not had a good shooting game, certainly from the perimeter, 0 for 4. The times that he has been successful is when he goes from a perimeter player to a back-to-the-basket problem for guys who are smaller.
Williams now in double figures with 10. He's 2 of 2 at the line, 84% on the season. Trying to make it a 5-point game. Bends his knees, uncorks it, and missed it. Rattled around and popped out. 57-53 Texas Tech. 9:47 to go in Wichita. 11 seed Drake awaits the winner in the second round. Newby right of the circle, hand it to Montgomery, retreats with it, passes to Moore, high left. Moore ball on his left hip, around a screen, down the left baseline, hangs, no, Obioha trying to follow, and a foul on Texas Tech.
Can we get Toppin for that or no?
It's on Walton.
That's Toppin was in the mix right there.
He was down there.
I was not sure who they called that on.
So Walton with 3, Toppin with 3, Federico with 4 for Texas Tech. Obioha at the line shooting 2, and he trades the first. 57-54 Texas Tech.
We haven't had a lot of free throws shot in this game, just a combined total of 16. Those games gone pretty fast.
No kidding. Obioha, the former 8-man football player here in the state of Kansas, hits the second free throw. He had power conference offers as an offensive tackle from Iowa State, Arizona, and Ole Miss.
Yeah, it's not hard to close my eyes and think about him on the gridiron. Not hard at all.
Even at 7 feet. Williams slashes in from the left side, spins, missed it. Ross collects the rebound for UNCW.
Darian Williams turning that into a fadeaway post move.
We welcome those of you just joining us across our network. 9:05 to play in Wichita, 57-55. The 3-seed Texas Tech leads UNCW. Montgomery, a bounce pass and a miscommunication. Donovan Newby wasn't there. It trickles out of bounds in front of UNCW coach Takeo Siddle. Texas Tech led by 16 in the first half. UNCW closed the half on a 15-3 run, took the lead in the second. It's Tech by 2 right now. Toppin drives the right lane line for Texas Tech. Kick it out after being cut off. Anderson on the attack, met by Ross. He hangs and still hits. Christian Anderson, the freshman, with his first points of the night. 59-55 Texas Tech, and Anderson with a chance at 3 the hard way.
Anderson was 0 for 6 from 3. He was open, he passed up the 3, put the ball on the deck, absorbed the contact. That's what you got to do, freshman. Don't just keep launching it. Add something else to your game. Maybe the rest of the Texas Tech Red Raiders could take a page from that book of Christian Anderson. They've been too one-dimensional all game offensively.
Anderson's free throw, pure. 60-55, Texas Tech. 8:44 to go. The 11 seed Drake is in the second round waiting for the winner. Newby left of the circle with it for UNCW. Black jerseys, white numbers, teal trim. Montgomery a skip to Moore. Right free throw line extended. He drifts to his left. He maneuvers to his right. 10 to shoot. Moore into the lane. Zagging. A pass left corner by Hodge. Pops out. Loose ball in the deep left corner. Taken by Hodge. Fresh shot clock for UNCW. Newby gathers inside. McGriff turns and scores with his offhand, the right hand. And a timeout for UNCW as the Seahawks are back to within 3 at 60-57 with 8:09 to go. Timeout on the court here in Wichita. Texas Tech 60, UNCW 57. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, with Indeed Sponsored Jobs, there are no monthly subscriptions, and you only pay for results. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service, real-time updates only in iOS mobile apps. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees.
After battling through the brackets, one team gets the chance to climb the iconic Warner ladder. The final net cutting is the culmination of all the hard work and effort it took to reach this moment. And getting here puts these players and coaches in rare air. It's the same for all the trade professionals working from 20 feet to 20 stories. Every day they challenge themselves to conquer new heights. And Warner is the brand they trust to have their backs. Warner, the #1 pro ladder and official ladder of NCAA March Madness.
Spring forward with real unlimited data from Straight Talk this tax season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2024 with select plans. So you can stream games during Mad March hours, check the weather for April showers, and watch gardening videos about May flowers. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 4/15/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires purchase of single line Gold Unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Ted Emmerich and Casey Jacobson here at our Grainger broadcast position in Wichita, Kansas. Stay on top of your game with Grainger. Get the industrial-grade products right when you need them to help your business move forward. When you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. 8:09 remaining. 3-seed Texas Tech up 60-57 over the 14-seed UNCW. The 11-seed Drake awaits in the second round after beating Missouri earlier, and that second round game will be on Saturday. The winner of that one heads to the Sweet 16 and San Francisco. Casey, UNCW, we talked with Takeo Siddle, their head coach, yesterday. Just the belief, the confidence that he had. He loves how connected this team is, the toughness. They have showed it all night here against Tech.
Yeah, all coaches talk about the same thing, but there are certain groups that are about it. They don't just talk about it, they actually go out and execute. Offensively, this team is all about each other. In league play, they had 5 guys average double figures in scoring. Today, they have shared it. And, can we talk again about Texas Tech and their offensive breakdown in this one? 39 three-pointers attempted for Texas Tech, 19 two-pointers, and only 7 free throws. It's one of the best offensive teams in America. That is not the recipe that got them there. They need to feed the ball to JT Toppin, and he's got to be selfish.
Toppin has 8 points on only 6 shots, the Big 12 Player of the Year. He gets a post touch, kick it right back out. Anderson for 3, right wing, no. They weren't listening, Casey.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I like JT Toppin's unselfishness until I stop liking it. He's got to take over.
3-point lead for Tech. UNCW shooting to our right. Newby, dangerous pass, got it to Sean Moore. Out front, Nolan Hodge being chased by Anderson. Hodge drifts left. Down to the baseline left side, 6 to shoot. Bounce it to Moore, turnaround, hook shot, no. And Williams wipes the glass clean. Ahead to Elijah Hawkins, Texas Tech right to left. White jerseys, red numbers. Williams bullies his way to the basket, and he puts it in off the window with the left.
He can morph from a creating guard to a big in a blink of an eye. He really is a unique talent.
62-57 Texas Tech. Williams with a dozen. More right of the circle for UNCW. Skip pass left. Hodge left elbow. Jumper is straight down. Hodge with 16 off the bench, and it's 62-59.
And Hodge only averages 7. He has been balling.
Hawkins jogs up the floor right to left. Off a screen from Williams. Good look for 3, and Hawkins buries it. Elijah Hawkins just 2 of 9 from 3 before that hit. 65-59 Texas Tech, and a timeout for Grant McCasland and the Red Raiders. They're up 6 with 6:41 to go. Timeout. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Download the official NCAA March Madness Live app, and you can listen to every Westwood One broadcast of the men's and women's basketball tournament for free. Just look for the headphones icon on any live game, and if you're in the car, it seamlessly integrates with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Get the official NCAA March Madness Live app today. 6:41 to go, second half in Wichita, 65-59. Texas Tech, the 3 seed, in front of the 14 seed UNCW, who has been oh-so game all night. Casey, you still can't figure out this Texas Tech offense. Yes, they're up. They have launched 41 threes tonight.
Look, I do not know more about coaching basketball than Grant McCasland, one of the best in the country. What I can't figure out is they continue to run a play for JT Toppin to get a touch on the block. But the guy on Texas Tech who enters the post, he stays there on the strong side, which makes it easy for the defense to double team. What they need to do is throw the ball in the post and clear out. Get out of there and allow JT Toppin to work. They haven't done it all game, and I just don't understand why.
By the way, Texas Tech season high in three-point attempts, 43 at Kansas. They won that game. Newby with it for UNCW. Post touch from McGriff. Low block right. Turns with the left. And Toppin is there defensively. Takes it. Hawkins right to left. Texas Tech up 6. Feeds Williams. Back to Hawkins between the circles. Watched by Newby. Screen from Toppin. Hawkins maneuvers left. Back to the right to Williams. Churning into the lane. Williams throws it up. No, but a foul.
Not a ton of contact there. However, if the offense gets a step on the defense and there's any contact going to the rim, you're going to get that. And Darian Williams, he's realized that it's not his night from the perimeter. And what his superpower is taking you off the bounce and just clearing out space, man. He is a problem.
Williams with 12 points, 5 rebounds. First free throw on the way. Short off the front of the rim. Fouls on Donovan Newby, his second. Early on in conference play, Texas Tech was at BYU. Cougars had a long home winning streak at the time, and Tech closed the game by feeding Darian Williams, and he went to work down low. He closed it out. He shut the door on BYU, and maybe that's the recipe at this point as Williams hits the second free throw.
Yeah, I can see that. I agree. I would call Darian Williams the Swiss Army knife of this team. Whatever you need and kind of whatever position you want him to play, he can fill it.
Grant McCasland says, I just can't take him off the floor. He does so much for us every night. Nearing the 6-minute mark, 66-59 Texas Tech. Montgomery in the left corner, traces the arc left to right, guarded by Walton. Hand off Nolan Hodge, who's had a big game, to Montgomery, left wing 3. It's a brick, and Williams grabs the rebound for Texas Tech. Hawkins accelerates right to left, trying to bounce it inside to Toppin. Kick ball by Noah Ross of UNCW. 5:45 to go, 66-59 Texas Tech. McGriff checks out for the Seahawks, and Harlan Obioha, the Kansas native, is back in.
Doesn't this seem like a big possession right here for both squads? To really, like, if Texas Tech scores on this possession, that's a lot of breathing room.
No doubt. Walton has it on the right wing to Toppin, right baseline double, gives it up, swing it to Hawkins on the left wing. Hawkins bounce it to Toppin, and Toppin lays it in with both hands. That's how it works. 68-59 Texas Tech. Newby up the floor left to right for UNCW. Guarded by the bigger Darian Williams. Into the corner, Montgomery lofts a 3. Splash! 68-62, Tech by 6 now.
What a big shot from Montgomery, and he was guarded. Walton was there, but he took it with confidence.
Texas Tech's whiteboard shows fist D5 lift.
Okay.
Handed to Darian Williams, down the left baseline, got past Hodge, going to reverse side, rejected by Obioha. Left to right, Noah Ross for UNCW. Under 5 to play. Ross has it, free throw line extended right. Watched by Williams, crossover, got past Williams, lefty scoop, is erased by Toppin. Ahead, far side, right to left. Anderson skip, Hawkins left wing 3, around and out. Hawkins follows his own miss. He's got the rebound, he tumbles to the far baseline on the right, and a foul is called.
When's the last time you saw a guard pull up from three and get his own offensive rebound. It didn't bounce back to him on the perimeter.
No.
He actually ran underneath the basket and grabbed that offensive rebound. That was a wild play. And if you're at UNCW looking around like, how did we not get that rebound?
And Newby ends up with his third personal. Hawkins at the line, shooting 1-1. Both teams in the bonus. 18 fouls aside. And by the way, Elijah Hawkins is 5'11", and he ran in there to grab the rebound. Front end of the 1-1. Rattles it home. 69-62 Texas Tech. Hawkins now in double figures with 10. To go with 10 assists and 8 rebounds. Triple-double watch for the point guard.
That's big time. He led the Big 12 in assists, 13th in the country.
Second free throw in the air off the front of the rim. Ross the rebound for UNCW. 7-point game. 69-62 Texas Tech. 4:25 left. Newby warding off Elijah Hawkins. Back to the basket, well away from the bucket, and a foul away from the ball. It's on Tech. It's on Christian Anderson. And 1-1 now for UNCW.
He had two hands wrapped around Hodge's waist right there, trying to. They keep running the same play for Nolan Hodge over and over and over again because it's working. That time got caught with the hold.
Hodge leads the Seahawks with 16 points off the bench. 1-1 here with 4:19 to go. Bends his knees, releases, good. Robinhood Gold gets you a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions. The new gold standard is here. Sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Kevin Overton checks out for Texas Tech. And Darian Williams, after a quick breather, is back on.
Yeah, fatigue's an issue, right? So you're, as a coach, a guy like Darian Williams, you take him out and you say, let me know when you're ready to go, and I will put you right back in the game.
Hodge connects with the second free throw. It's 69-64 Texas Tech. 4:15 to go in Wichita. Drake, the 11 seed, to meet the winner in the second round on Saturday. Anderson drives the right lane line, blazing past Hodge, blocked. Is that going to count? Is that a goaltend? It should be. Boy, that looked like it was on the way down, and that is the call after Gregory Nixon and Nathan Farrell had a little conversation. They will head to the monitor. Goaltend is the call on the floor. Basket counts, which would make it 71-64 Texas Tech.
Goaltending call is under review. They're going to go to the monitor and review this because they called it, right?
Yes.
They're allowed to go and look. And it was Nolan Hodge. Hodge got beat off the bounce. So he wasn't the help side defender. He was the on-ball defender. He got beat, and rather than trying to body up the ball handler, he almost tried to walk around and meet him at the rim, and he just hung in the air too long.
So for the moment, 71-64, Texas Tech over UNCW. Timeout on the court. 4:07 to play. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Ball above all. Am I right, y'all? Any questions?
Professor, NCAA Division I women's basketball is back. Are we ready?
You prepared to get loud? Rep your squad? Get your players hyped up to go all the way to the ship? Oh, you're ready. March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
All power, zero compromise. Ego cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it is the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Let's check the tournament summary, sponsored by Marriott Bonvoy. Take your game day rituals on the road with Marriott Bonvoy. Over 30 hotel brands for every kind of fan. Explore more at marriottbonvoy.com/NCAA. Here in Wichita in the Midwest region, Houston and Gonzaga advancing earlier blowout victories. They will meet in the second round on Saturday. Drake, the 11 seed, beat 6 seed Missouri 67-57, and they'll meet either Texas Tech or UNCW. 4:07 to go here, and the call was reversed. No goaltend, but a foul still called. So Christian Anderson at the line for Texas Tech, missing the first free throw. Tech by 5, one more free throw here.
And I'm a fan of instant replay. I always have. I know sometimes it takes a long time, but we need to get those calls right, and that was hard to tell.
And Anderson swishes the second free throw. Boy, it looked like that Hodge got it right at the apex on that scoop. But again, the foul was still committed. And Anderson goes 1 for 2. 70-64 Texas Tech. Under 4 to play. Hodge, deep left wing 3. Off the front of the rim. Rebound, volleyballed around. Secured by Kerwin Walton. And a foul on UNCW. Bo Montgomery says, hey, isn't that a tie-up? No, it's a foul on Bo Montgomery, his second.
You mean he didn't change the mind of the official? Is that what you're telling me?
Every player, you know it, probably believes, hey, I can be the one to do it. Tech now in the double bonus, so 2 free throws for Walton. The Jeep Celebration event is your chance to start a brand new adventure. Hurry in for an exceptional offer on Jeep's Go Anywhere, Do Anything SUVs, and let the ride of a lifetime begin. First free throw for Walton, just crawls over the front of the rim and goes down. 71-64, 3:51 mark.
That is Kerwin Walton's first point other than a three-pointer.
How about that?
He's got 25.
Yep. And he's 8 of 17 from 3, and now 2 for 2 at the line. It's a career-high 26 for Walton with a career-high 8 threes. 72-64 Texas Tech. Red Raiders trying to make it to the finish line. Hodge between the circles. Into the left corner. Noah Ross triggers the 3 over Williams. That's off target. Loose ball, weak side, scooped up Elijah Hawkins. Up the near sideline, and Montgomery fouls again. And Montgomery lifts his hands. He's talking to himself. He's also talking with the official, even though he's not facing him.
Yeah, that's a bad play, too, because if you're UNCW, you got to make Texas Tech earn it, right? Instead of just sending them to the line. And fatigue's got to be a factor. But with so many foul shots the last couple of possessions, I think everybody's gaining their wind back.
So now it's Hawkins at the stripe. 1 for 2 tonight. 87% on the season. Bends his knees, uncorks, no good, off the front rim and to the right. So Hawkins with a double-double, 10 points, 10 assists. It's his 7th points, assist, double-double this year. At a season-high 12 assists against Arizona, he is 1 rebound shy of a triple-double.
I wonder if he knows that. I'm looking up at the board. Yep, it's up there on the big jumbotron here. Points, rebounds, and assists. He's aware.
He'd have to crane his neck, but yes, it's visible. And Hawkins drains the second free throw. It is 73-64 Texas Tech. 3:33 left. Newby into the forecourt and a timeout for UNCW. 3:32 remaining. As we approach midnight here in Wichita, does UNCW have that one last run in them?
Well, yeah, I mean, they keep running the same play over and over for Nolan Hodge, who's really feeling it tonight. 18 points on 7 of 13 from the field. We have not seen their leading scorer, Donovan Newby, make a basket in the second half. He has been a complete non-factor, and if you would have said that to head coach Takeo Sino, that your leading scorer is only going to have 6-0 in the second half with 3.5 to go, he'd be like, I don't think we're even in this game, but credit to them. Incredible, but I don't think there's any surprise at who they're going to try and get the ball to and have him create off the bounce.
Yeah, Newby with 6, all in the first half. He had 17 in the CAA title game, the leading scorer at just under 15 per game for UNCW. And Newby to trigger in from the sideline to our right. Hawkins right in front of him, send it into Hodge. Now Sean Moore left of the circle for UNCW. Off a screen from Newby. Touch it to Ross. Into the corner Hodge. Right elbow jumper. Missed it short. And Darian Williams claws the rebound. Hawkins right to left with it for Texas Tech. Red Raiders up 9. The play call on the whiteboard for Texas Tech is wheel JT. See if it leads to a touch for Toppin. Here it is. Walton inside. Right block. Toppin against McGriff. Here comes the double from Hodge. Kick it out. Swing it. Williams, left corner. Anderson for 3. Splash! Christian Anderson with his first made 3 after missing his first 7. The lead is double digits. 76-64. Newby a leaner from 25. That's no good. Rebound Texas Tech. Hawkins pulls up, left wing 3. Oh, why not? Missed it though, long.
Why not? Because you got to run time off the clock here. That's why.
Just telling you what he was thinking. Did say it was right. More left elbow jumper for UNCW. That's good. 76-66. Texas Tech the lead, 2:20 to go.
I'm looking at Graham McCastle, head coach for Texas Tech. He is not happy with his point guard, Elijah Hawkins. A senior should know better than that bad shot he took on the previous possession.
Kerwin Walton and Nolan Hodge spill to the floor, far side. Whistle blows, foul called against Hodge. Number 2 on Hodge. And so, more free throws for Texas Tech in the double bonus. Both teams one timeout remaining, 2:10 to go. And Walton is at the line. Career night for Kerwin Walton, who hits the first free throw. He's in his 3rd year with Texas Tech after 2 years at North Carolina. In case he played for that Carolina, that team that played for the national title in 2022, but Walton fell out of the rotation late in the season. New opportunity at Tech, has taken advantage, missed the second free throw. 77-66. Red Raiders in front. Clock melts to 2 minutes and counting. Hodge high left with it for UNCW. And pass deflected by Hawkins out of bounds. UNCW ball, 17 to shoot. Ross just to the right of his head coach, Takeo Siddle. Far sideline, puts it in to Nolan Hodge. To Newby, right of the circle, trying to whip it to McGriff inside. A foul called against Elijah Hawkins.
That's another mistake by Hawkins, and that time it was a tight curl from Newby and just a risky steal. He tried to wrap around his waist and slap the ball from the backside. Just unnecessary.
And so Newby at the line for 2 as UNCW's now in the double bonus. Newby eyes the rim, lets it go, and that's good. 77-67. Texas Tech, the 3 seed in the West region, up 10 over the 14 seed UNCW. 1:53 to go. Ted Emmerich, Casey Jacobson, our entire crew. Tech built a 16-point lead in the first half. UNCW battled back, took the lead in the second. But Tech with a strong finishing kick here as Newby hits the second. 77-68 Texas Tech.
1-2-2 full court pressure here from UNCW.
Williams still in the backcourt. Feeds Hawkins, crossing the timeline into the right corner. Anderson against Noah Ross. Backs out. Bounce it to JT Toppin. Baseline right against McGriff. Off the double team, swing it around. Left wing three, Kerwin Walton off the heel. Tapped up in the air and in for Texas Tech. Was that Anderson?
No, that was Toppin.
Toppin got a piece of it. It goes 79-68 Texas Tech. And the double-digit lead, and UNCW turns it over on the other end in the deep left corner.
Yeah, the reason why it was hard to tell is because Toppin was just trying to get a fingertip. He had no, the goal wasn't to make that shot. It was just to kind of keep it alive, and it just happened to bank in.
Hawkins fouled in the backcourt by Newby. 1:17 remaining. Boy, Anderson was right behind Toppin as well. Couldn't tell which one got a hand on it. We got the replay on our monitor. And, of course, Toppin, he lives on the offensive glass. Never thought that would go in. That ball sailed almost above the backboard. Dropped through. And JT Toppin with 12 points, 10 rebounds. His 16th double-double of the year. Hawkins at the line for two for Texas Tech. And it swirls around and around, and it goes down.
The look on Elijah Hawkins' face, he's just like relieved. He's not even fired up. He's just relieved. It's been a little bit of a struggle for him tonight shooting the basketball.
80-68 Texas Tech. One more for Hawkins. The senior point guard transfer from Minnesota, and this one's a swish. 81-68 Texas Tech. 1:13 to go. Hodge to the left wing, finds a cutting McGriff. Left-handed scoop is good, and Takeo Siddle calls a timeout for UNC Wilmington with 1:08 left. 81-70 Texas Tech.
Oh, that was beautiful. We call that a crab dribble when you bounce it, but you're moving sideways like a crab. It's hard to do on the run. I thought that was well done by McGriff, showing off his athleticism. I haven't called his name very much in the last 10 minutes of this one.
Yeah, McGriff, who Takeo Siddle raved about yesterday. 8 points, 3 rebounds. He's under his season average. So it's 81-70, Texas Tech with the lead. Drake, the 11 seed, awaiting the winner in the second round on Saturday. We check some of the stats, sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. With TurboTax, now Taxes is getting an expert who files your taxes for you, so you can stay locked in on the madness. Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes. The three-point shooting is just absurd for Texas Tech. 45 three-point attempts. They hit 13 of them, so they're under 30%. 13 threes and under 30%. Make it make sense.
You know, I mean, normally I'd be impressed. 13 threes is a lot, but when you tell me it took 45, I'm less impressed.
Yep.
And then tell me that your best player is a power forward, and I'm even more less impressed. I don't want to beat a dead horse, right?
Yeah.
Texas Tech is likely going to hold on for this victory. They're a fantastic team, but I'm curious to know what Grant McCasland has to say about the shot selection overall in this game.
27 for Kerwin Walton, a career high. 8 of 18 from downtown himself. Elijah Hawkins, a points assist double-double, 13 points, 10 dimes. JT Toppin, a points rebounds double-double with 12 and 10 there. Tech ball, pressure from UNCW, bounce it to Elijah Hawkins. Hawkins accelerates right to left into the forecourt. 1 minute to go. Williams up top. Hawkins in front of us, high left. Playing keep away. Into the corner. Walton triggers off the rim. Make it 8 of 19 for Walton from deep. Hodge left to right. He stops. He pops for 3. Around and out. Toppin with another rebound, his 11th. 40 seconds to go, and Hawkins is fouled as he goes head first toward the timeline. 40.1 left, and more free throws on the way.
But do you remember when JT Toppin picked up his third foul with about, I think it was just under 10 minutes to go, and he has not committed a foul the rest of the way? That's, you know, it's a small thing, but it's big, right? And you're gaining trust with your head coach that, hey, when I'm in foul trouble, leave me out there. You can trust that I have the discipline to not foul.
Hawkins back to the line. One dribble. Bends his knees. Unloads. Good. 82-70 Texas Tech. Which again was without one of their best players, Chance McMillan, second team All Big 12, their best three-point shooter. Grant McCaslin even calls him the reason we win. He is an inspiration. McMillan out with an upper body injury, but they hope to get him back, assuming they're on to the second round on Saturday. Hawkins misses the second, 82-70 Red Raiders, 35 seconds. Moore on the right wing with it for UNCW. Chest pass left to Ross. He slashes in. Ross, the right-handed shovel, good with 27 seconds. It's 82-72. Shot clock turned off. Hawkins crosses the timeline, weaves his way past Ross and Moore. And Hawkins can dribble this out. Down to 13 seconds. Texas Tech fans across the way, back to their feet. And the applause showering the Red Raiders here in Wichita. Down to 5 seconds. 4-3. Hawkins, one last dribble. Down to one. And it is over. 82-72. Texas Tech was tested here in the first round by UNC Wilmington. But the Red Raiders move on to the second round on Saturday to meet the Drake Bulldogs here in Wichita.
There's a saying this time of year, Ted, that goes like this: survive in advance. It doesn't have to be beautiful. At times, this Texas Tech team showed the flashes of brilliance and the synergy offensively and defensively, but it was uneven, to say the least. But hey, you live to fight another day. You have a day tomorrow to work on some of this stuff. Grant McCaslin has already proven in his career, his young Division I coaching career, that he can push the right buttons. This is an unfinished product. Season's still going. Texas Tech, they're going to need it against Drake. That is a really tough Bulldog team.
Time to select the player of the game, Casey. It's sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows what makes SpringFest savings even better are member-only doorbuster deals. Shop these limited-time savings before they're gone. Lowe's, they help you save. Who you got?
Kerwin Walton had 27 points on 8 of 19 shooting, and every single shot attempt was from three. You know how much I love the three, Ted. I can't even turn that down. That's an incredible feat. And, yeah, I mean, he had 3 rebounds, too, but who cares about the rebounds when you get 27 points? Big time.
Elijah Hawkins joins us now. Elijah, first of all, congratulations on the win. What a challenge this was, and you knew that it would be.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Are you checking your bracket during the commercial break like the rest of us? Thanks for chatting it up and enjoying this March Madness live hangout with us. So why...
Hey, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell so you don't miss it when we go live for every single college basketball game of March Madness. Every single game. Speaking of which, I've got to start that next stream right now. We'll see you back in the chat. Good luck to your team.
Can you guess how many threes you guys shot tonight?
Our goal is 30. I know we got more than that.
You definitely had more than that. You had 46.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that was too many threes, or you don't care because you got the win?
Our coach, obviously coach is a great coach, Coach Linder. He always preaches us to shoot threes. He know we're a good shooting team, and, you know, we all work on our individual games and shoot threes every day. So, you know, today it just didn't go in, but we had a lot of games where threes did go in, and we won games. So we're just going to keep doing that and keep sticking with our game plan. What got us here.
Elijah, congratulations on the win. We'll see you on Saturday.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Good job.
Elijah Hawkins, 1 rebound away from a triple-double tonight. 14 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds as he helped spark Texas Tech to an 82-72 win over UNCW. When we return, we'll have more of the All-State postgame report. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Tomorrow's road, unpaved, unmapped, uncertain. But it's also where we discover what we can truly count on. Like the 2027 X15 engine by Cummins. With better fuel efficiency, up to 605 horsepower, and 2,050 pound-feet of torque. The X15 is a bedrock of reliability that stands forever ready to rise to the occasion. The 2027 X15, forever rising. Estimates based on preliminary testing. Individual results may vary.
When the grass starts growing, it's time to get mowing with Steel. Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel mowers are built to get the job done. Shop in-store or online for 0% financing and instant rebates on select Steel mowers. Steel, let's go mow. Available for limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Confidence is knowing you're ready.